pledge allegiance. Please remain standing for the invocation by Police Chaplain Father Mike Mannion. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm not ordering pizza. I'm looking at my prayer. I just want to clarify that. There's two great quotes, I believe, that can frame tonight's meeting. One is by Dwight Eisenhower of recent years. Though force can protect an emergency, only justice, fairness, consideration, and cooperation can finally lead men and women to the dawn of eternal peace. Who would know it better than the leader of our forces in World War II? The second quote goes back a little bit further, right after the Abraham Lincoln era, quotes by Andrew Jackson. The great can protect themselves, but the poor and humble require the arm and shield of the law. Let us pray. Lord our God, those who have gone before us in our country, nationally and locally, have been men and women of faith. They've recognized that a country can only survive when people are committed, not just with their heads, but with their hearts, to what is right and what is just. In the midst of this meeting tonight and all the things that will be celebrated, we especially congratulate Officers Alexander Maldonado and Jeremy McCall, who will be sworn in this evening. They come from another town to this town to say they'll lay down their lives for everybody in this room and beyond, along with their brothers and sisters in this law enforcement organization. We give thanks for them. We give thanks, Lord, for everybody else who's in this room who is part of the fabric of the life of this community, each having a thread, each having a patch, each having a color and a texture with the texture of their lives that makes a difference. Bless this meeting, Lord. May it be one of justice, fairness, cooperation. Bless this meeting, Lord, that forgets not the poor and the humble. Bless those that have gone before us and have written the wisdom with their lives and their hearts, that we might continue the legacy. We ask you this, Lord, as always through Micah the prophet, that we might be a people to act justly, to love tenderly, and to walk humbly with you, our God. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Monsignor. This regular meeting of the Township Council is being held in accordance with the schedule of meetings of the Township Council established and adopted by the Township Council, which designated time, date, and place of this meeting. Adequate public notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. We're using electronic amplifying and recording device in order to obtain audible and clear record. We request all those wishing to speak be recognized and state your name and address directly into the microphone. The recording device will be solely utilized by the Township Clerk's Office and shall be the official record of the Township Council meetings. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Present.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Seiler?
Here.
Mrs. Gintek? Here. Mrs. Trotto? Here. Mercado?
Present.
Bean Keeney?
Present.
Mayor?
Here.
Mr. Malfa?
Present.
Mr. Lechner?
Here.
Chief Earl?
Here.
Mr. Carlemere?
Here.
Mr. Cardis?
Here.
We have a full agenda for tonight, and we will start off by swearing in our new police officers. Chief?
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, Council, and good evening, Mayor, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, Mayor, I ask that you come forward and assist in the swearing in. Deputy Chief Harkins, please come forward as well. I ask that Officer Alexander Maldonado and his family please come forward. That's all right, she's here. It's not the first time, I can assure you. Why don't you turn your face towards the crowd a little bit? Hello. Yes, please. Officer Maldonado, you began your law enforcement career in June of 2008 when you graduated from the Trenton Police Academy. You furthered your career with the Trenton Police Department by becoming a certified evidence technician. In 2010, you earned the Trenton Police Department Exemplary Performance Recognition Award. You were bilingual in Spanish, both speaking and writing the Spanish language. The Trenton Police Department described you as loyal and dedicated. You served honorably with the Trenton Police Department until you were laid off in September of 2011 and then came here to serve with us in the Gloucester Township Police Department. Since your time here at the Gloucester Township Police Department, because you've been working with us now for about a month, you described the environment here at Gloucester Township as a teamwork, family atmosphere, and not only with the police officers that you worked with here, but even those in the other departments, in the Public Works Department, and those other people that you worked with, and I just thought it was remarkable that you made that notice. Your field training officer described you as very respectful officer, especially towards the public and your co-workers, and he described you as a fast learner. What was so remarkable to me of what I remembered during the early on process and the detectives were doing your background investigation was that you made a comment to the detective early on before anything had happened, and you said that your young daughter, Gabriella, said that, "Daddy, why don't you wear a uniform anymore?" Well, you can wear a uniform, and I'm proud to say that you're wearing the Gloucester Township Police uniform. So Mayor, Council President Bianchini, it's my honor to request that Officer Maldonado be sworn in as a Gloucester Township Police officer.
Sir, if you can please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Alexander Maldonado,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I further solemnly swear
I further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all my responsibilities
all my responsibilities
as a police officer
as a police officer
in the Township of Gloucester
in the Township of Gloucester,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and welcome.
Officer Jeremy McCall and his family, please come forward. Officer McCall, you began your police career, your law enforcement career with the Trenton Police Department in June of 2008 when you graduated from the Trenton Police Academy. While serving with the Trenton Police Department, you also furthered your career by becoming a certified evidence technician. You were described by members of the Trenton Police Department as loyal, dedicated, and a responsible individual. You served honorably with the Trenton Police Department until you were laid off in September of 2011, and now joining with us here at Gloucester Township. While working with Gloucester Township Police Department in the past month, you were described as being, by your field training officer, as having a great personality and working well with the public. You also described your atmosphere here at Gloucester Township as a friendly work environment, and especially you enjoyed working with the public. Your field training officer also mentioned two things about you. That you talked a lot about your son, Jeremy, and also your, of course, your girlfriend, Jennifer. And also you spoke quite a bit about your mother, Angela, and that you were very proud. And I'm sure she is very proud of you tonight. So welcome to the Gloucester Township Police Department. And Mayor and Council President Bianchini, it is my honor to request that Officer McCall be sworn in as a Gloucester Township Police Officer.
If you can please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jeremy McCall,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I further solemnly swear
I further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all my responsibilities
all my responsibilities
as a police officer
as a
in the Township of Gloucester
police
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And ladies and gentlemen, just a little different agenda than we have for our normal, the times that we swear in officers. That in most cases, our officers attend the Police Academy for the Gloucester Township Police Department. And at the Police Academy, we have a ritual that we do that really invites them and makes them be part of our family and helps them to fulfill the traditions of the Gloucester Township Police Department. Well, as you know, as we've heard tonight, these officers graduated from the Trenton Police Academy. So tonight we will do, just for a few minutes, the ceremony that we do. And when we do this after the Police Academy, when their family and friends are there, gather them around in a circle and give them some of this information that I'm going to give them to them right now. And it's really a very special time, and it's really a crossroads. So they've graduated from the Academy, and they officially receive our mission statement and receive our challenge coin, and I'll talk about both of those. But let me read to the mission statement. And again, this is important that we read this to the families when they're at the Police Academy. You can imagine the scene. Often there may be 8 or 10 family members and family and friends at that Police Academy graduation, and they hear our mission statement. They hear what we are about, and they hear why we call ourselves a family. This is the Gloucester Township mission statement. Gloucester Township Police Department. We, the members of the Gloucester Township Police Department, dedicate ourselves to the community in which we serve. We recognize our badge as a symbol of public faith and accept it as public trust and hold it true to the ethics of service. As part of our goal, we will continually strive to protect the lives and property of the citizens of Gloucester Township, preserve the peace and order of the community through the prevention of crime and apprehension of criminals, be sensitive, understanding, and responsive to the needs of the community, foster and maintain a positive public image of the police department within the community, interact with the community by getting organizations, leaders, and citizens involved in the total law enforcement effort. Be role models to the children of the township, to teach them to resist the temptation to do wrong and to build a relationship based on mutual respect and trust. We will constantly seek to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating ourselves to our chosen profession, law enforcement. Honorably presented this day, 27th of February 2012, to Officer Alexander Maldonado and Officer Jeremy McCall in recognition of their commitment in serving the community of Gloucester Township. Congratulations. The final presentation to Officers McCall and Officers Maldonado is our challenge coin. To give you a very brief history on the challenge coin, all Gloucester Township police officers are issued this challenge coin. And again, this challenge coin is presented to them and their families upon their completion of the police academy graduation in that same similar crowd. And some legend about the challenge coin is this. In World War I, a United States pilot was with his squadron, and the lieutenant had coins made with the insignia of their squadron imprinted on that coin. And he gave them to all the pilots in his squadron. And this one particular squadron, this one particular pilot, took his challenge coin and placed it in a leather pouch and put it around his neck. And during the war, that plane was shot down. And while that plane was shot down, they stripped him of all his clothing and all his belongings and all of his identification. He was captured. He managed to escape after a period of time. And once he escaped, he was then captured by the friendly. But they mistook him for an enemy. He had no identification. He had no way of proving himself, and then he suddenly remembered that he had the coin with his squadron logo imprinted on it around his neck and his pouch, and produced that and saved his life. And I tell you this story, and we present these, because that man carried that coin as part of his dedicated to service. And I'm sure you've seen our logo that talks about dedicated to service and committed to excellence. So we present this challenge coin to remind our officers of their commitment that they're making to the Gloucester Township Police Department and to the ideals that we live by, which is imprinted on their coin. And that is honesty, respect, fairness, integrity, compassion, and courage. They are the words that we live by, and that's what Officers McCall and Maldonado will be living by as well. Congratulations to them. Thank you, Judge. Officer Lisa Hatcher, please come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may recall, it was just back December 2010, and we honored Officer Hatcher as he was deployed in the United States Army overseas for the war effort. And we wished her goodbye here at this very council room and presented her with a flag. Officer Hatcher was deployed with the New Jersey Army National Guard in the 119th Combat Sustainment Support Battalion to Afghanistan in support of United States Special Operation Command from December 2010 until December 2011. It was just, again, like I said last year, we presented her with two flags. We presented her with a small Gloucester Township Police flag, and we also presented her with a fairly larger Gloucester Township Police flag with our logo imprinted on it. And while she was there, the larger Gloucester Township Police flag was displayed in her living quarters for the year that she was stationed. And the smaller department flag that we gave to Officer Hatcher was taped to the inside of her ballistic vest that she wore with her, obviously during some very dangerous times. While stationed in Afghanistan, our department flag, the larger one that I spoke about, was able to fly through the following countries: Afghanistan, Qatar, and Kazakhstan. That our Gloucester Township Police logo, the logo of this community, was flying through those countries. And the United States flag, that I'm going to show you in a minute, was flown on a combat mission in Afghanistan in direct support of Operation Enduring Freedom. So we are so thankful that Officer Hatcher returned safe, that she represented the Gloucester Township Police Department, and then when she returned, she gave something back to us. And that's what I would like to show you now.
Officer Hatcher, if you could please join the Chief and Council President Bianchini over here at the flag, please. I would also like to introduce and ask Sergeant John Pritchett, Sergeant John Pritchett, to join us here at the podium. And I would ask that everyone please join me in welcoming Sergeant Pritchett, who was a Tuskegee Airman, who was with So we have here today a World War II veteran, as well as a veteran from our Iraqi and Afghanistan wars. This is a great nation. It is a nation that is conceived in liberty and, of course, dedicated to justice. And you saw this evening the swearing in of 2 new officers that will carry justice throughout our community. And we also welcome you back to our community. We certainly missed you. I know that the department certainly kept you in their thoughts and the prayers, and we welcome you back to our Gloucester Township family today. And we certainly are very humbled and proud to carry the American flag that you brought back with you from serving our country with honor and distinction. So on behalf of the 70,000 residents of Gloucester Township, we welcome you back. We thank you so very, very much for your service, not only in our armed forces, but your service here to our community as a member of our very distinguished police department. And I know that the sergeant joins me in welcoming you back safe and sound. So congratulations, and thank you for all that you've done to serve our nation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to once swear in the officers' night, of course, honoring Officer Hatcher, and looking forward to the rest of the program tonight, too, when we can also honor the sergeant as well. I do want to make notice of our 4 recruits that we have in the back of the room tonight, attending the Police Academy now, and hoping that they are inspired, that if they continue to work hard, they will graduate from the Police Academy and be here at the end of the summer, receiving the same kind of attention and being welcomed to the Gloucester Township Police Department. So, thank you, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President advised there'll be a 5-minute intermission. Thank you. What are you going to do, a video or? I'll do it now.
What an honor. You have a lot of nice things to talk about, huh? Young lady, 3-year-old, please. Thank you very much. Did you?
Yes.
Everybody here, sign up for the go back and your email, okay? I already have something for you.
Wonderful to have you there. All right.
Everybody's gonna get on your board. Go your wide friends, all of you. Okay? Sorry.
You were second to see him go. Good, okay. Thank you very much. Honored to meet you.
Okay, all right. You are important.
I'm number 7 child. And my oldest brother is 68. Sir. 60 one below me. Yeah. He wasn't in
That's okay. We'll waltz together.
Hey, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you. Really is. I get it. Not big. Yeah, it's changed. Like I knew which had
came out and postal government. The other my friend picked the guy's name and he had written it out before he came back. Yeah, he's born and raised in Murfreesboro. He's from the South Sea. Okay. He grew up in the same neighborhood as Jersey Joe Walton. Sam? No, actually Jersey Joe was originally, he went to Kansas after, but he was born in Murfreesboro.
They always claim he's
His name is Arnold Street.
Was it damp? I like that smell better. We're just going to take him home with us. Take him home. I got it.
Very big. People want to get recognized by them submitting their name. It's not like a record of living in
Give us one's favorite.
You're lucky enough to have her tomorrow. He's a superstar.
She's more happy than anyone.
See, it's going to pick up.
I can call the meeting to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Hutchison? Present. Mr. Schmidt? Mr. Seiler? Mrs. Gentek? Mrs. Strato? Here. Mr. Mercado?
Present.
Mr. Bianchini?
Present. We now will have presentations for Black History Month honorees. I will turn the program over to Joyce Ellis. Joyce?
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here this evening and to introduce to you Jasmine Lewis, who is from Timber Creek High School, to lead us in Lift Every Voice and Sing. Could we please stand?
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
I'm thinking that in 1941, when the young 21-year-old man on a train from Pensacola, New Jersey to Tuskegee, Alabama, had no idea what he was to be a part of. He didn't know that he was a trailblazer on his way into the history books. He was to train and be part of a game-changing group of young fighting airmen called the Tuskegee Airmen. John Pritchett, one of 3 children, son of James and Beatrice Pritchett of Pensacola, New Jersey, through his actions, combined with the actions of other young men of his time, became a national hero. He was to be a part of a historical first, an experimental African-American aviation unit trained by the, I think this is off, isn't it? Is it still off? Can you still hear me? Everyone out? You can hear me? I'm a teacher, I can talk loud. This unit was trained by the Army Air Corps to be pilots, navigators, radio men, bombardiers, mechanics, supply technicians, every aero technician position possible. And this included administrative personnel as well. They made a difference in our world. These young black men were part of an experiment to see if blacks were smart enough to learn to fly, according to Colonel Mayfield and other Tuskegee Airmen from Willingboro. Sergeant John Pritchett served honorably from 1942 to 1945 in Italy, and I'm sure other posts it didn't say. I'm sure he's going to tell you a little bit. And returned home safe and sound to his family. He has lived in Pensacola in a modest bungalow all these years, and I'm sure a lot of his neighbors have no idea of his special contribution. At present, he is 92 years young, and I believe his son is in the audience this evening as well. Sergeant Pritchett continued to serve the public as a member of the U.S. Postal Service until retirement. I have the honor and the privilege to present to you Honorable Mayor David Mayer, Council President Glenn Bianchini, Vice President Elijah Mercado, distinguished council members, Police Chief Earl and other civic officers, and the Gloucester Township community, Tuskegee Airmen, Sergeant John Pritchett of the 301st Fighter Squadron of the 332nd Fighter Group, the Red Tails of World War II. We honor and we cherish you.
I love every one of you for giving me something every airman deserved. You have to be here at 90, almost 3. I can be inclined to be very lethargic. And I thank everyone. I have a wife of 70 years. And we had a dedicated group. I think each one of us sort of leaned on one another. And for the privilege of having me come, it's my privilege. And if I be of any service in any way, you can call on me. I'm inclined to be a little wobbly at my age, but God bless for what I have been. Thank you.
Mayor, to come up, please. We want to honor you in every possible way this evening.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing history before you, and for all of the young people in our audience who perhaps we all go around in our daily lives and truly don't remember or don't take into consideration the men and women who serve us in our armed forces today, but also, like our sergeant here, served us in a very trying time in the world's history. And on behalf of the Township of Gloucester, Sergeant, we wanted to present to you a very small token of our appreciation for your dedication to patriotism, for your dedication of service, and as you just said, you continue to serve. It is what you are about, is that service, and it is giving back to others and providing for the democracy that we all enjoy each and every day. So thank you on behalf of our residents here in Gloucester Township, not only for making history, but for the service that you did provide our nation. So congratulations to you.
Thank you for this environment.
So we have one more.
Well, Sergeant, you volunteered, so you're going to be up here for a while, and they told you that in the military. I'm Senator Fred Madden. To be really honest with you, it's just a very moving and a heartfelt story your life is. To jump on a train and leave Pennsauken, and to crank the clock back at that point in time in America when the modality of transportation wasn't necessarily the greatest, and embarking on the unknown. The brave soul that you were at that point is transcended into a very, very successful and moving group of individuals who have set high ideals and exemplified the greatest standards of the United States of America. On behalf of all the members in the New Jersey State Senate and General Assembly 215th Legislature, I'd like to present to you a legislative citation from both the House of the Senate and the General Assembly of the State of New Jersey, acknowledging your most esteemed commitment to just being a great stand-up citizen to the United States of America. If I was to identify Sergeant John Pritchett in any final words, I think I would simply just call him exemplifying, I guess, the best ideals of what I'd refer to as the ageless heart of a United States veteran. Because you see, as he stood here at the mic, approaching the age of 93, he offered his hand to try to help the community and do whatever he could to just be there in support of everything that you do. And I believe that's how you led your life. I believe that's the ideals that put you on a train. And sir, I'm absolutely honored to stand with you. You're a true American hero. You are the individuals that we talk about in history classes. You're the real deal. So on behalf of the members and the people here in the audience from Gloucester Township, people across the state of New Jersey and the United States at large, thank you for being who you are, a true American. Thank you.
I hope I'm as wobbly as you are when I'm 93. You know, he looks so great. He really does, and I just thank you so much. We can stop the program now as far as I'm concerned. I'm ready to go home. I thank Senator Madden for being here this evening. I didn't know you were going to be here, so I was kind of taken aback that you take time to be here, so thank you so much. I just want to thank you, Sergeant Pritchett, one last time, and maybe not the last time, for your service and for being the person you are. We love you, and we hope that you have many more years. Thank you. This evening, Phyllis Giusti, my co-conspirator on this committee, wanted to say a couple of things about the Red Tails, because we knew that Sergeant Pritchett wouldn't say a whole lot about the group, so we're going to tell you just a wee bit more about the group.
There was much that we did with Red Tails, and most assuredly we saw the movie and we all had a discussion about the movie. If anyone did not see the movie, I urge you to. At your nearest movie theater, it told me so much about my history that I really never knew. I did not choose Red Tails tonight. I did choose to say, as we say goodbye to this year's Negro History Month, we remember those African Americans that served in the armed forces, and notably one Marine, Dory Miller, who in 1941, December 7th, that day of there you go, that's it, and the bombing of Pearl Harbor, Dory was assigned to the battleship West Virginia to carry the wounded sailors to safety. Subsequently, he was ordered to aid the captain. He manned a .50 caliber Browning anti-aircraft machine gun and just shot until he ran out of ammunition. When the ship was hit by a torpedo, he was told to abandon ship. There were 1,541 souls on the ship. 130 were killed, 50 were wounded. The battleship was refloated, repaired, and modernized, and spent the remainder of the war in service until the war ended in 1945. Mr. Miller's citations were the Navy Cross, an entitlement for the Purple Heart, American Defense Service Medal, Free Class, an Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, and the World War II Victory Medal. A ship in 1973, the USS Miller, was named in his honor. Mr. Miller was presumed dead in November of 1944. And in October 1991, the Alpha Kappa Society dedicated a bronze pledge in Mr. Miller's memory at the Miller Family Park on the U.S. Naval Base in Pearl Harbor. And on this day, we remember, after all, that remembrance is the greatest gift on earth we can bestow on those that sacrifice their lives for our freedom. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to announce Honoree Dr. Michael DeShields.
It is my honor and my pleasure to introduce Dr. Michael DeShields. Dr. DeShields and I go back working together at the Camden County Health Services Center. Not only were we colleagues in the hospital, but we were friends, and more importantly, Dr. DeShields was a mentor to me in my early years as being a director of pharmacy and assisting in the senior management level over at Lakeland, which is Camden County Health Services Center. You know, a lot of people dedicate their lives to a lot of things. Dr. DeShields dedicated his life to a not so glamorous portion of medicine that a lot of people don't really care about, and that's addictions. And he takes care of people that a lot of people don't even want to care for. Insurance companies do not want to pay for. And I got to tell you, we're at epidemic levels with our young people and others with addictions to drugs and alcohol. And Dr. DeShields, I could call him at any time of the night when I get a call from a friend, many friends, and say, "Doctor, you know, what should I tell him?" And he gives me his phone number, gives it to me to give to them, and never asks for any money, but he does offer his services, and he cares about that population that many people would rather just throw to the side. And for that, I think Michael, or Dr. DeShields, deserves to be honored. He cares about people that many people don't. He does a tremendous job at Camden County Health Services, not only for the addicted population, but also for behavioral health and also long-term geriatric population. He is the voice for a lot of people. And it was while we were at Camden County Health Services, Dr. DeShields introduced during the month of February and January, the doing something good in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. And I think one of the first things we did back then was donating blood. And so he, made sure that we did a service, which is what Dr. Martin Luther King always talked about, and Dr. Michael DeShields does every day of his life. A little bit about Dr. DeShields. He earned his bachelor's degree from the University of Bridgeport, Connecticut, where he was the Charles Dana Scholar, and his MD from the prestigious Temple University Medical School in Philadelphia, where he was the Philadelphia Scholar. He was the Omega Psi Phi District Scholar as well in 1975. His postdoctoral and professional training included Chief House Officer, a residency in internal medicine, an internship in internal medicine at the Cooper Hospital University Medical Center. Dr. DeShields has had several professional academic appointments. They include formerly being the medical director of Delaware Valley Medical in Pennsauken, New Jersey, medical director of Kennedy Health Systems, Methadone Clinic in Blackwood, as well as attending physician of Kennedy Health Systems in Cherry Hill. The doctor is currently medical director of Lighthouse Treatment Services of Mays Landing, New Jersey, director of medical affairs for Camden County Health Services of Camden County, clinical assistant professor, UMDMJ, School of Osteopathic Medicine, medical director of Camden County Department of Health and Human Services. He is currently attending physician and co-director of the MICA program, and medical director of the Center for Family Services in Voorhees, New Jersey. He has a private practice, which is Recovery Care Medical Association, where he's the medical director and president. This practice is located on Blackhorse Pike in Blackwood, New Jersey. He's a member of several professional societies, such as the National Medical Association and the American College of Physicians. I present to you Dr. Michael DeShields. Also presented tonight from the State Senate and General Assembly from Senator Manning's office, legislative 4th District, certificate from them. Thank you.
Just a few words. It's a great honor to be here with giants such as Sergeant Pritchett. I'm both honored and very humbled by the presentation of this award. But I am so privileged to be a resident of Gloucester Township. My wife, Pat, and I have lived here for 12 years now. And it's ironic that I didn't have a choice in terms of the field that I went into, because my mother, bless her soul, didn't give me a choice. She said, "Son, you're going to be a physician." And that's how it went back in my day. You were inspired by your parents, by your family, to excel at the highest level. And there was no looking back. So I stand here now privileged to be a member of this community, to ironically treat a disease that does not discriminate. The disease of addiction does not discriminate by color, by creed, by gender. It is a disease of an individual, and as some of you have experienced, it's a disease of a family. It's a disease that tears at the very roots and fabric of our society. And it's not about individuals intervening or trying to battle this alone. The only way addiction can be treated and put into remission and have an individual restored back to a meaningful life is that if we work as a community together. It doesn't matter the drug, be it alcohol, be it OxyContin, be it Roxasets, Percocets, marijuana. It doesn't matter the drug. Drugs harm the brain. And they're harming the brains of not only adults, but more so of our youth. The way we combat this is to work together, to educate ourselves about the effects of drugs, to make sure that individuals have doors open to them for good treatment. So I thank you again. I thank you for welcoming me into your community. Many of you probably don't even know that I do have an office here in Blackwood, because if someone's seen walking in my office, they probably know that they probably have a problem. However, it's really not like that. If you ever come by my office, and I invite any one of you to come in, stop by, right there in the Black Horse Pike in the Blackwood Medical Center. It's a office that provides an environment where individuals suffering from addiction are treated with dignity and respect. You wouldn't know that my office treated addiction versus a common cold versus hypertension versus diabetes or anything like that. And that's the purpose, that's the blessing that we provide. We provide excellent medical care for individuals suffering with addictions in an environment that they can feel the dignity and respect that helps them return to a meaningful life. Thank you again.
At this time, I would like to call Destiny Gary, Mrs. Verna Kareem, Mikhail Harrison, and Chelsea Hopkins. And could you please stand until each one? Yes, just stand.
So tonight I have the honor to congratulate Destiny on receiving this award, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about her. Destiny is a senior at Triton Regional High School. She's a member of the field hockey team where she served as captain both to her junior and senior year. Destiny made second team all-conference and unsung hero her junior year for field hockey. She also is a member of the track team where she was a shot put thrower. And Destiny is a very academically accomplished student who has made the National Junior Honor Society both her junior and senior year. During her free time, she volunteers assisting special needs children in Audubon. And I had asked her how she got involved in that, and her field hockey coach had asked the students, and Destiny stepped up and is still helping out those children. In the fall, Destiny will be attending Stockton State College to major in occupational therapy. The one thing that I asked Destiny about is how, that's real interesting to see the kids today, is that how did you choose to follow this right path? Because there are so many things that are being brought to them that are negative, and Destiny said that it is truly her grandparents who guide her to help her make the right choices. So I'd like to say thank you to Destiny's grandparents. What a wonderful job you have done, and it's a great thing, Destiny, to have people like that guiding you. And please, when I said that, do they, she kind of rolled her eyes like, yeah, they get on me. But you know what? That's a good thing. We want our children to roll their eyes and say that, because then it means that we're doing the right job. So Destiny, I'd like to give you this from the Gloucester Township Recognition of Black History Month from the council and the mayor. And then this is from the Senate and General Assembly. So congratulations. Destiny chooses not to speak.
say something, Michelle?
She doesn't want to.
My name's Dan Hutchison. I'm a councilman. Verna, please come up. Verna is a recipient of an award this evening, and she was nominated by May Robinson. I'll read a little letter from Ms. Robinson. Actually, Ms. Robinson, come here. I won't put you on the spot and make you say it. Ms. Karim began working, is it Karim or Kareem? Karim, I apologize. Ms. Karim began working for the Black Horse Pike Regional School District 6 years ago as a substitute teacher. Within a short period of time, she became the most sought-after substitute, which led to her being hired full-time when a position opened. She assists students through their day with whatever their needs may be. Mrs. Karim has a rapport with students that is second to none. She has made herself an integral member of Timber Creek through her mentoring of at-risk students and her ability to guide young people without them realizing that she is doing just that. Ms. Karim is known for going the extra mile for our students and staff members. When I met Ms. Robinson this evening, I briefly wanted to speak about Ms. Karim, and she indicated that Verna is not only a positive role model for the young people that she deals with, but she's also a positive role model for the full-time faculty at the school. And I think that's very important. I think what's really important about you is that she works with, in my opinion, the most at-risk individuals. And she has been successful in transitioning these individuals into the mainstream. I have 4 children who were had their issues. Thankfully, they are all doing well right now. So I recognize that as a true talent. And for that, we want to provide you with this award and thank you for your service to this town.
Good evening, everyone. I am so honored to receive this award, and I thank you, Mrs. Robinson, as well. Education is my life. I come from a host of teachers, and I'm going to continue to do it until the day I die. I love children. I love to hear their stories. There's a few of them in the audience, and I listen to them every day, and they teach me a whole lot about life, and I try to put that into my own life and reciprocate it back. Thank you.
I'd like to indicate that our state senator, Senator Fred Madden, and Assemblyman Paul Moriarty have a citation that I'm going to award to you as well. It's from the Senate and General Assembly citation. Commendations and praise are extended to Verna Karim by the citizenry of the 4th New Jersey Legislative District through their elected representatives for being honored by Gloucester Township for the celebration of Black History Month. Mikhail Harrison. Mr. Harrison? Now this is some fun. Now this is where I have some fun. You look at this guy. Can you strike a pose for me? Okay. You see athlete. And that's what I saw. Good looking guy. First thing we talked about was the shot put. I asked him how far you throw it. Then I asked him about his family. I learned that you have 7 brothers and sisters. But in reality, that's not who this guy is. This guy is pretty amazing. How many different instruments do you play, Mikhail?
I'm not sure.
Well, let me read a couple of them. Modesty. Let me see if I can find my list. Okay, I think we have it here. The cello. I can't even spell cello. Bass guitar, marimba, tuba, baritone. It's amazing the talent that some of these people possess. My father and I had these tremendous debates. He's reading a book, Our Flag of Our Fathers, or Flag of Our Fathers, and he tells me, Dan, the young people of today can't hold a candle to the young people of yesteryear, like Sergeant Pritchett. And I always tell him, that's not true, Dad. You give our young people a chance, and they'll prove you wrong. And I bet on this guy. I would bet all the money on him. He carries a 3.4 GPA at Highland. He's in every single musical program at Highland. Indoor drumline, jazz band, choir, choral, gig band, marching band. He's on the track team. You may not be as good a wrestler as your brother, who's a district champ, I might add. District champ, too. Not only is he involved in those things, but he's involved in the community. He raised money for the band, $1,500 with Battle of Bands last year. Now we get to the real interesting part. He likes reptiles. He recently presented to the National Guard, I guess they were coming back from overseas. He presented the tarantulas, the pythons that he has. He goes to the Ronald McDonald House and shares with these kids his love for reptiles. It's amazing. His goals are to attend University of Pennsylvania or the University of Delaware. I love it. This is a man I will bet the house on. So congratulations to you.
I would just like to thank my parents. My dad will always tell me when I was younger, get involved in something, do this, do all this and that. But now he complains, driving me everywhere. And I was just like, Dad, you told me when I was little that you wanted me to do all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I gotta drive you to drum line, oh, I gotta drive you to this and that. I couldn't do anything without my parents. I would like to thank the band parents that came out to support me today. Thank you. If I could give advice to anybody, like in the younger generation, my advice would be just to get involved and stay involved in the community, and it will keep you out of trouble. And I guess that's it. Thank you.
Chelsea Hopkins. Miss Beth Petit.
Chelsea is a senior at Highland High School. She is a cheerleader and participates in track. She is a member of the National Honor Society. She is also a member of the Science, Spanish, and History Honor Society. She is a member of the Executive Board of Class 2012. She was American Homecoming Queen in 2011. She plans to attend Fairleigh Dickinson University and plan to major in broadcasting. Christy was nominated by the high school principal, Highland High School principal, Ms. Petit, and I would like to read a portion of the recommendation. Chelsea Hopkins, a well-respected, hard-working, friendly, outgoing, genuine, and highly motivated student that inspires everyone she meets to be a better person. Chelsea exemplifies the true meaning of volunteering. She dedicates her time to our community because she cares deeply for others. Chelsea has been actively involved in Girl Scouts and in the Solid Rock Worship Center. She has helped provide food and clothing for the less fortunate on several occasions. She helped tutor her peers who are struggling in their classes. She volunteers time to help with the annual breakfast with Santa. Chelsea makes a difference. It is my pleasure, Chelsea, to present this award to you from Gloucester Township Mayor and Council. We also have a certificate here from the State General Assembly and citation. And it's my pleasure to make this presentation. It's your floor.
I just want to say thank you to the council and Mayor. It is truly a blessing to be honored tonight. Thank you.
We would like to have Councilman Gentek. You wanted to have a picture with everyone here right now? Is that it?
Oh, no.
At the
No, I'm
end?
sorry. I just wanted to, I had forgotten to call Destiny's teacher down. So if we can call a principal, I'm sorry, Ms. DePaul.
Mr. Paul from Triton.
I apologize.
Before we leave this evening, I'd like to have all the honorees in a picture. So I think that's, we would like to have everyone's picture. I wanted to thank all the parents and all the classmates and people who came this evening to support. I know that can I have all the parents just stand, please, so we can recognize them, of these children and these people who are being honored this evening? I understand what Michael's talking about, being a student and his parents have to drive him every place, because as parents, you know, we encourage our kids to be in these things, and then when we have to do all the driving, that's a whole nother story, right? I would like to ask Alyssa Briscoe, if she's here, to come down. Alyssa is going to render a rendition of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. This young lady volunteered to do this evening, and so we're going to enjoy this.
The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream until the current ends, and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings a fearful trill of things unknown but long for still. His tune is heard on a distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds through the sighing trees, of the fat worms waiting on the dawn bright lawn. He names the sky his own. But the cage bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings a fearful thrill of things unknown but long for still. His tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. Thank you.
I'm the one who usually messes up the mic, so I don't like to do that. Lucinda Akatafi, is she here this evening? I know that this is the night of tournament for basketball, And so I think she's playing this evening, so that's the reason she's not here. So we'll get her plaque to her. Abiodun Fakalucho.
Can I have Mr. Paul come up as well? Principal of Triton Regional High School. This is Abiodun Fakalujo.
Yes.
We'll call her Abby. She lives in the Catalina Hills section of Gloucester Township, and she attends Triton Regional High School. She is a four-year starter, varsity starter on the women's soccer team. And because of her academic and athletic prowess and achievements, she will be attending NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, in the fall on a full academic and athletic scholarship. She is a all-conference Group 4 recipient, was the captain of her junior and senior varsity soccer teams, also a captain of the Highland Youth Soccer team as well. She is the vice president of the National Honor Society. Vice president's a nice gig. You get invited to everything else, but you don't have to deal with other headaches, right? Yeah, I like that. And she was inducted into National Honor Society with her 4.0 GPA that she's maintained her junior and senior year. She has been actively involved in the Buddy Club, which is a club that deals with special needs individuals. And when I spoke to her father this afternoon, he kept emphasizing how much and how important this is to her, that she goes out in her community and helps other individuals that do not have the same type of life that we have. She is a Girl Scout, but she's no longer selling cookies. They're not allowed. They only get the little ones, right? Yeah, you're done. You're done with the cookies. And she's also teaches Sunday school in her church, and also she is a finalist for Miss Mustang, which is Triton's Miss Mustang contest. Okay. She was nominated by her principal, Principal DePaul, and one thing I told her earlier today when I got an opportunity to talk to her is that if you Google her name, you will see pages and pages and pages upon her athletic achievements out on the soccer field. But also, what you won't see is her academic achievements and also the type of individual that she is. So on behalf of Mayor and Council, I'd like to present this award and also this citation from the General Assembly and the Senate. Congratulations. Principal DePaul, do you have anything you'd like to add? Yes, come on.
I just want to congratulate the three students that are here this evening and thank you for all you do for our school. I am very proud to be a part of your life, and you bring me much happiness, all three of them do, with their beautiful smiles and all that they do. Thank you. Congratulations.
I just wanted to say I'm truly honored. I can't believe I'm here right now, and I just want to say thank you to my parents and my little brother. I wouldn't be who I am without you guys, and thank you so much.
Honoree Ron Tinsley.
Oh, let's have the whole family come up. Come on, let's just join it. Come on up. Come on up. Bring absolutely. Bring them on up. There you go. That's all right. You can't escape. That's right. You know, I think one of the great characteristics of any community and making it a great place to live is our youth athletic organizations. And certainly Coach Tinsley is a big part of the fabric of our community. And I brought his family up here today because it was his daughter Chelsea who nominated him for this award and wanted to bring them all up to share in this award and recognition for him, because it truly is a family event, and wanted them to be a part of this with you, Coach. As you say, Lions for life, right? It is your. That's good. That's good. It is your dedication to the youth of our community that really sets you apart, and it's your determination and your commitment to making them excel each and every day, not only on the field, but also off of the field. And I wanted to read some of the things that your daughter put down for you as to why you should receive this award. You've been coaching now for 19 years, and it's whether it's soccer or it was hockey or basketball or football now for the last 7 years, you put 100% into your team. Also, Chelsea says that my dad goes above and beyond the call of duty for his team. His motto is Lions for life, because even after he is no longer your coach, he will still be there for you, helping in any way that he can. Even with all the work he puts into coaching, he still makes time for his amazing wife, Denise, who can be seen stealing a kiss at halftime, Coach, and you're not focused on the game. I mean, what's going on? Strategy. He has 3 wonderful children, Shane, 26, Chelsea, 19, Seth, 18, and they show their support at almost every game, as well as his beautiful daughter-in-law and grandson, Alana and Colton. Chelsea writes, my dad deserves this award because he is the outstanding coach and a great person of Gloucester Township, and I certainly agree with her. And again, I thank you for the countless hours that you put in to volunteer hours, to making not only our youth appreciate good sportsmanship and a great game, but also what you do for them off the field and making them great citizens of our community. So, Coach, on behalf of the Mayor's office and our council, thank you for being such a fabulous part of our Gloucester Township family.
Thanks.
Oh, you inspire your team. How do you
Ladies and gentlemen, each year for National Night Out, we have been invited with Township law enforcement to visit the neighborhoods. Last year, I was really astounded to go to one of the Township's municipalities and saw how well law enforcement was welcome in those communities. On one of the stops, I went into the, I guess it would have been their community center, and I heard this wonderful sound. The first thing I thought is, they don't have no churches in here. How little did I know. There was no way I could have known. But I asked Captain Wizard if I could stop for a moment and listen to the singing. That was T.J. Ministries, TG Music, and we have Mr. or Minister Michael Cruz with us tonight. I asked him that time if he would perhaps come and play for Gloucester Township, and he is our musical director for tonight. Minister Cruz will also be sojourning to Switzerland from March 11 to March 26. And while he's there, he will be introducing a workshop choir for 92 nations. I will miss him terribly, but I hope he will come back and play for us again here in Gloucester Township. Thank you.
Yes, they're prepared to do a number for us this evening. Just I know time is flying by, but we have to hear them. After all of that bragging, we've got to hear something good. I wanted to thank Mr. Cruz for also playing for us throughout the program this evening. He just came in and just kind of did what musicians do. I also, while they're setting up, want to thank the three principals for being here this evening. I know they have a busy day today and have a busy day tomorrow, but thank you so much for coming this evening.
Very happy to be here tonight. This song will be over before you can hear it real good. It'll be over with. We've been living in Gloucester since Christmas week of 1989, and it's been a blessed time living here. And we've been very blessed and fortunate. My wife and my daughter, Jaleesa, who's a senior at Highland, and my son, Dante, who's a graduating from Highland High School. We travel to Switzerland twice a year to work with 92 nations of the world. And with children who are brought in as refugees from all over the world. And we go into schools and we turn the entire school into a choir. And that could be children, numbers of 200 to 300. And we have adults who come from all over the world to meet us. And we spend at least 2 weeks there teaching music that we write and produce for them. And so when we go there, I'm very proud to say that I represent New Jersey. I represent Gloucester Township. And it's always a joy to land in Philadelphia and to get back home. So thank you for the privilege. I think this song, little short song I wrote, I think it's appropriate for all of the honorees tonight.
Honoree Benjamin Coates.
Over the weekend, I picked up something in my mailbox. It was a newsletter that the Living Word Bible Fellowship Food Pantry provides. And in the newsletter was a parable, the parable of the pencil. Now, if I forget some of this, help me out. The pencil maker told the pencil before he put the pencil in the box, number one, 5 important lessons. Everything you do will leave a mark. 2, that in life you will make mistakes, but you will be able to correct them. 3, it's what's inside the pencil that counts. 4, in life you will undergo painful sharpening, which will in turn make you better. And lastly, number 5, to be the best pencil, you must allow yourself to be held and guided by the hand that holds you. This gentleman to my right is an example of that pencil. A retired engineer, a southern gentleman who made his way up from Aiken, South Carolina upon graduating from college at North Carolina, A&T, the College of Engineering. But prior to that, and he made sure that I emphasize this, that he is a proud graduate of the Martha Schofield High School and Middle School. Martha Schofield was a Quaker that grew up in Bucks County and came down to South Carolina because she wanted to, she was part of the Reconstruction, part of the Freedmen's Bureau. And she bought 2 acres of land, and she wanted to have the African American children of that community have a normal school, although we taught the basics, that they're able to learn to read and write. And because of this individual, that school continues to flourish now. Now, she's been dead for 70 years, 80 years. But the school still bears her name. After graduating from North Carolina A&T, he was recruited by RCA, and that's how he made his way up north. He worked for RCA for 7 years and then moved on to GTE, where he worked for 30 years and then retired. He hasn't really retired because he still continues to work. Upon his retirement, he enrolled in the Eastern Baptist Cemetery? Seminary, excuse me, Cemetery. Oh, no, he's still alive. Seminary. Eastern Baptist Seminary, where he received his master in divinity. And he used those talents to be a deacon at the Living Word Bible Fellowship Church located on Somerdale Road in our township. In addition to that, he has been an advocate for affordable housing throughout the state of New Jersey and served on the New Jersey Regional Coalition. And he has come full circle as well. He started in a school that was a segregated school, Margaret Schofield School, and he made his way into a small little town that I grew up in, South Jersey, Swedesboro, where he's part of an organization that's helped preserving the Richardson Avenue School and 2 other historical sites. The Richardson Avenue School in Swedesboro was a segregated school for African American children, and it was one of the last schools that were built in this great state of ours in the late 40s, early 40s. So a man of many talents, and he has lended himself to many ventures throughout our community. In addition to that, through his work at the Living Word Bible Fellowship Church, he assumed the directorship of the Living Word Bible Fellowship Food Pantry, which is located on Church Street. Just recently in January, we had our day of service, our Martin Luther King Day of Service. We had over 125 volunteers in our community participate in different service projects, and we had 15 people that came to the Living Word Bible Fellowship Food Pantry on Church Street and provided of their time. And under the direction of Deacon Coates here, along with his wife Adelaide, who is, he often says she's the brains of the operation, she's the real boss, but she points, yes I am. But they were able to package foods and make these food available to our community, not only to the Gloucester Township community, but also Camden County and Gloucester County. And they work hand in hand with the food bank of Camden County to make this happen. In addition to that, this gentleman, when you're on council or you're an elected official, you have an opportunity to attend many events throughout the township. And how I came to know about Benjamin Coates was attending the Thanksgiving service at the Living Word Bible Fellowship Church. And I had seen him before in the community, but I never knew his name. And I leaned over to Judy Calabrese, who was sitting next to me, and she goes, "Who's that?" She goes, "That's Ben Coates, and he does a lot of good things." Well, Deacon Coates, Benjamin Coates, engineer, volunteer, director of the food pantry. It is my honor to present to you on behalf of Mayor and Council this award for Black History Month, and also a citation from the General Assembly and also the Senate provided by Senator Manning. Congratulations and well deserved. If I could say one last thing, today I had to call him in the late morning to get some additional information from him, and he was down in Ocean City, Maryland, and was not aware that he was being honored this evening. And he said, well, I said, perhaps we'll honor him at the next council meeting, and he called me back about 20 minutes later, and he said that his wife Adelaide said, no, we're going. And they drove up from Ocean City, Maryland, and they made it up here this evening. So, yes. Congratulations.
Just briefly, I've been blessed on this journey called life, and I would say, Mr. Mikado has explained, it started at my high school built on nothing but sacrifice, amen, by a young lady, and that sacrifice and that effort has always lived with me, and not only that, I had good parents. I remember my mom used to say, look, you have to do well. I want you to excel in school. And I would just say to the young people today, if there's any advice I would give you is simply this: be willing to please your parents. Amen. Thank you very much.
Dr. Melvin Pearson. Let's honoree Dr. Melvin Pearson.
Coach, please don't go any further. Our next honoree is an outstanding individual. He's also an outstanding individual because he coaches the youth of Gloucester Township football. The best way to build a relationship with somebody or to make a new friend is to have a catch with them. And to the best of my knowledge, no completed pass has ever been made in these chambers. And we will do it tonight. Are you ready? Here we go, Coach Pearson. Hey! Hut! Hut! Get up here. Hey, you can block for me any day. Okay. Dr. Melvin K. Pearson is a local dentist with a wealth of experience. He is a graduate of Dillard University, where he earned his BS degree, the prestigious Howard University, where he earned his DDS degree, and Temple University, where he did his residency in advanced dentistry. He has also done postgraduate work at Rutgers University, and he is licensed in Pennsylvania as well as New Jersey. Dr. Pearson is a member of the American Dental Association and the New Jersey Board of Directors of the NJ Academy. He holds and has held many elected and honorary positions in his field. He has been a professional lecturer throughout NJ and internationally since 1994, and he has held several offices such as president of the New Jersey Academy of General Dentistry. He has also done radio talk shows and has been on channel 3, 6, 8, and 10, speaking to health issues related to dentistry. In his field of expertise, he has been called upon many times to share his knowledge of dental health. In 2005, he was named Citizen of the Year by Omega Psi Phi Fraternity and Man of the Year in 1997. Dr. Pearson has given back to his community by acting as assistant football coach for the Gloucester Township Stallions and by acting as a triage doctor for dental screenings for Gloucester County Special Services over the past 15 years. He is a universal Renaissance man. And with that, I give you Dr. Melvin Pearson.
I'll be very brief. I promised my kids I would be very brief. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, born and raised. And 12 years ago, we came to New Jersey. And at that time, I didn't know what a Gloucester was or how even to spell a Gloucester. But needless to say, 12 years later, we came into the area with the basic concept of builders of better smiles, and we want to rebuild the community one smile at a time. But when we got here, we realized, you know, we were just a small cog in this big wheel of Gloucester Township. So with saying that, I'm very pleased to be here, very pleased to be honored tonight, and thank you guys very much.
Where are your goodies? Thank you. Very nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Nice, good pants. Thank you. Thank you.
Honoree Tanazia Custis.
She was nominated by is Mary Barry, the ELA teacher, and the principal, Ted Otten. Tanasia Custis is an 8th grade student at the Charles W. Lewis Middle School. She and her twin brother were born on August 19, 1997. Tanasia is 14 years old. Tanasia is, I'm sorry, can't read this. Tanasia is a conscious young lady. She is intelligent and diligent in all that she does. She is taking an Algebra 1 class, which means she is taking a high school course in middle school. It's great. She's in the 5% of her class. Tanasia is one of the most reliable members on the Student Government Association. She brightens up any room with her smile. I knew that the minute you walked in. I was going around asking for Tanasia all night, and then the minute you came in, I was looking for the girl with the smile. That is true. She shows her responsibility by always arriving to her shift on time. She is diligent in keeping up with her responsibilities. She is always courteous to her parents, and again, her smile shows with sincerity. She has been active this year in the coat drive and the canned food drive. The SGA is appreciative to have Tanasia as a member, and she has proven to be a true asset to the organization. She was also inducted into the National Junior Honor Society for her demonstration of honor, scholarship, leadership, citizenship, and service. Tanasia is a role model for all her peers. Both her mother and father are extremely supportive and proud of Tanasia's accomplishments. They find raising her to be a joy, and they are blessed to have such a wonderful daughter. I had also asked Tanasia at such a young age, at 14, what is guiding her path to make all the right choices. And she was so strong to say that what makes me make my right choices is my faith. And I thought that was such a mature thing for such a young person to say. Another thing about Tanasia is that we have to think about this. There's a lot of people getting up and they have put in a lot of years into their life, and they've had a lot of years of service. But this is a 14-year-old girl who has already done so many things for people out there and puts everybody else first. And yet she always also takes time for her family, and she is mature enough to know that she has to make the right decisions in life, and and working her way through school, making sure she gets good grades comes first, and always having service to others. So we're real proud of you. You should always be proud of yourself, and we hope that you continue. And I want to have you back up here when you're older, so we can be saying that you still are achieving all the goals that you want to do. So congratulations.
I just want to thank my parents for believing in me and my brother for brightening up my life. Thank you.
The committee just, when we saw those resumes from the students, we didn't turn down a single student because all of them were so outstanding. We couldn't pick, who to leave out and who to keep in, and so we said, all these kids are great. So it's a little long, but we did, really think about it because every single student that's come up here, and also the other honorees. Do you know that when I sat down, I looked at the resumes of Dr. Melvin Pearson and Dr. Michael DeShields, I said, oh my goodness, it's going to take us an hour to do each one, because their resumes had, so much that they've done. So I did write the little summarization, but I mean the resumes were like 10, 15 pages long of all the wonderful things they've done. So I just wanted to say that you didn't hear it all. The next person that is in our program is Adrian Adams, if he's here. Adrian Adams is going to give us something from the Harlem Renaissance One poem by Langston Hughes. And then also, Adrian, stay up because we're going to honor you at the same time. Okay?
Good evening, everyone. This is a poem by Langston Hughes called As I Grew Older. It was a long time ago. I have almost forgotten my dream. But it was there then, in front of me, bright like a sun. My dream. And then the wall rose. Rose slowly, slowly, between me and my dream. Rose until it touched the sky, the wall, shadow. I am black. I lie down in the shadow. No longer the light of my dream before me, above me, only the thick wall, only the shadow. My hands, my dark hands, break the wall, find my dream. Help me to shatter this darkness, smash this night, to break this shadow into 1,000 lights of sun, to 1,000 whirling dreams of sun. Thank you.
Mr. Paul, do you want to come on up? Adrian is a senior at Triton High School. He was nominated by Mr. Paul this evening. He is quite the outstanding academic and athletic achiever. He is a member of the Triton basketball team, and he is also a member of the spring track and field team. He was awarded the All-Conference Award for his high jump in track, and academically he maintains a 3.4 GPA. He's a member of the Triton News team and the Human Relations Committee. He looks to his coaches and his teammates for advice, guidance, and leadership. He plans to, he also volunteers for his community and for the Boys and Girls Club in East Camden, where this past summer he mentored a young boy and helped him to learn to read. He was accepted to Seton Hall and Howard University. He has not yet chosen which school he's going to, but he plans to major in political science. Would you like to add anything, Mr. Paul?
That's fine. That's fine.
On behalf of Mayor and Council, congratulations on your award, and good luck with your choice with college.
I'd just like to thank all the honorees that are being celebrated. I wake up every morning, I thank God, and when I wake up, I just ask myself, yeah, I have a good life, but how can I make somebody else's life better? I want to thank my principal, and I want to thank my mother of all, because she's my backbone. Thank you.
Honoree Ashley Hudson.
I spoke to Ashley on Sunday, and I was quite impressed with my conversation that I had with her. She is a senior at Timber Creek High School, and I'd like for Ms. Robertson to come up, please. Ashley is a member of the National Honor Society. She's also a member of the Student Council and World Language Club. She worked on the Spanish Transition Project for 2 years. Ashley was nominated for this award by Timber Creek High School Principal Mrs. Robertson. I would like to read a portion of the recommendation. Ashley Hudson is a Timber Creek senior carrying a 4.1 grade point average, and ranking 23rd in a class of 354 students. She is a prominent member of the Executive Committee of the National Honor Society. Along with a heavy course load, Ashley is an outstanding drummer who manages time to participate in the Timber Creek award-winning marching band and drum line. This college-bound senior has not made a choice of which college she will attend. She has been accepted at Gloucester and Rutgers University. She is waiting word from the University of Delaware. And she indicated to me that University of Delaware would probably be her first choice. Ashley plans to major in biomedical science and would like to become an anesthesiologist. Ashley? Go ahead.
I wanted to say thank you for the award, and I really do appreciate it. And just like all the other honorees, I wouldn't be the person that I am without my parents, because they supported through every activity that I participated in, and they were my guide and to help me make the right decisions. And they gave me the high expectations that I strove to accomplish and go beyond. So thank you.
From Mayor and Council, and also the state Senate and Assembly citation that was provided by our Senator Madden. Okay. What would you like to say something?
I just want to congratulate Ashley, and she's one of the seniors that is going to be missed. Every September you wait for that person to turn that corner, and it takes a while to realize that they're on the next phase of their lives. She's a leader in our school, and I'm so proud of her, and thank you for what you've done for Timber Creek. You keep us on the map.
Sanimi Holiday. Last but not least.
What a wonderful night. We started out with Dr. DeShields. You heard how his mother and his family raised the bar. Dr. Pearson, same thing. They had high expectations. I know when I grew up, my parents didn't even graduate high school, but I was going to go to college, and I'm one of 9, and we all went, and we all became something. And I think each and every one of these young individuals have raised the bar. And I think you'll see with Tsunami that he has raised the bar, and he has done great things and is an example to his community as well as to his school. He is a Timber Creek senior who's a scholar athlete, and I think that's key. He's not only a great athlete, but he's a great student. And as you'll see, he accepted a full scholarship to Rider University. It wasn't just for his soccer athletic abilities, but also for his academics. And that's what you have to be very, very proud of, and I congratulate you on that. He's ranked, he has a cumulative, 3.8 cumulative average, and is ranked 54 out of 354 students. That is amazing. That's hard work while you're continuing to be a fantastic athlete. He was All-South Jersey soccer player, Group 3 boys soccer on the Group 3 boys soccer championship team. He is vice president of the class of 2012. You need to become president of council. And is very active with the National Honor Society. And as I stated before, he's accepted a full scholarship to Rider. It's my privilege and my honor to give you the Gloucester Township Recognition of Black History Month for Outstanding Community Service, presented by Mayor and Council. Also, Senator Madden, along with Senator Assemblyman Moriarty, has presented a citation from the Senate and General Assembly. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank God first and foremost, and I want to thank my family and friends, especially my mom, for pushing me to do my very best in whether it be school or soccer. And I want to thank my principal, of course, for recommending me, and the council for putting all this together. Thank you, guys.
Sanimi makes it cool to be the smart kid in the school. He carries himself well. He's a role model for all of our underclassmen. And just like I said, it's a privilege to have Sanimi as a member of Timber Creek and to be that role model for our younger kids. So we appreciate what you do for us. And congratulations on a great senior year. I'm just really impressed.
I want you to know that I think all of these children from the schools are mine. As board president, I am so proud of all of them. I go around with a big smile on my face all the time. How could we have rejected any one of these kids? You hear how great they all were. I just want to give a hand to everyone, all the honorees this evening. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being who you are. I now turn the program over to our mayor. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Joyce. Thank you and Phyllis and the entire committee for putting this program together this evening, and for all of you who participated in the program. Thank you. You know, we started out this evening by witnessing Officer Hatcher and Sergeant Pritchett standing side by side and acknowledging the sacrifices of African Americans as well as women to make our country so great. And it showed the strength of our country because of the strength of our citizens. About 2 weeks ago, in tribute to Black History Month, Gloucester Township hosted a screening of Red Tails, which showed the history and the sacrifices of African Americans during World War II. And we were very privileged to have Sergeant Pritchett with us this evening. Truly a hero, truly a great part of our American history. But you know what? We have so much happening here in Gloucester Township. And as each of you who were brought up here this evening and recognized, each of you give back to our community in a special way. And I can't thank you enough. I am so very proud to have the honor of serving as mayor of Gloucester Township because of individuals like you. Whether you have dedicated your life to healthcare and dentistry, coaching our children, teaching our children, or all the young people here today for being role models for the rest of your friends and the residents of our community. Thank you so very, very much. So as we conclude our celebration this evening, let us be thankful to all of our veterans who served us in our armed forces, to our police department who serve us each and every day here, and let us be mindful that we do live in a great community because of the strength of our community. And I congratulate all of the recipients here this evening. Thank you very much.
We'll take a 5-minute break. If all the honorees could gather in the front for a photo, we'd appreciate it.
How you doing? Thank you.
Was it really a positive for you, or you want why we thought you?
I'm coming. I'm going to take you. Then I'm going to mail to you. My son is marketing Legends of the Game. This is the Negro League, the baseball things. And I'm going to send you a short. Because I think, you know,
when I was talking to Ben, he told me he was working with Speedsball. That's where I grew up. I said, Miss Stewart Lucille was Lucille Mitchell now. Lucille, I said, she used to be my substitute teacher. She used to needle when she was tough. I went to Clifford School next to it. I used to play football. I didn't know what that was until after I graduated and went to college, and I started hearing about the historical society. But he went full circle. He went to school. So what do you need him up here?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm
no, there's yes, it is. Child, each time. Where? I was in NASD. I like that from today. Yes, I was. That's that transfer to
As a matter of fact, I followed my trust.
What years were you? That was, I went to, you know, I left in 66.
One of the problems I was yeah, we went back. She was so patient. All the resources down the street. So what happened? She was certified.
Congratulations. Okay.
I was a nervous wreck because I was just so afraid that it wasn't going to all come out.
You did a great job. Good seeing you there. How are you doing yourself?
Yes. I was trying to make sure everything came through, you know. All right. Thank you.
Very nice job.
You know, it came together. Nice work. This is the teacher. As long as we get each other there.
Oh, they're calling me.
Call the meeting to order, please. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Hutchison? Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Here.
Mrs. Cantuck? Mrs. Trotto? Here. Mr. Mercado?
Present.
Dean Keeney?
Present. We now have before we have the public portion, I just want to advise the residents that earlier at 6:30 we had a scheduled meeting, and we discussed the purchase of the development of a piece of property adjacent to the community park. And with that, I would just ask our solicitor to give a brief synopsis of what we discussed. And I'm saying this prior to the public portion, so if anybody, any resident would like to ask questions, even though our meeting was public, was advertised, and you may not have made it.
Council members recall you authorized the township to go out for a request for bids and qualifications for a developer to develop the piece of ground next to the community park in the rear run section. We put that out for bids in accordance with the statute. We advertised the bids as also an auction process. We also advertised the specifications put together by the business administrator that was requesting a developer to come in and develop the unit. The tract of ground was approved for 100 acres. That's what we put in our bid. I'm sorry, 100 units. That's what we put in the bid specs. We were requesting a minimum bid. We received 3 responses: RPM, Conifer Realty LLC, and CIS. We received the bids in accordance with the notice on February 8th. We opened up the bids. 2 of the responders were present, RPM and CIS. We had a bid, as you all know, is $750,000 from RPM, $1,500,000 from CIS, and $1,800,000 from Conifer Realty LLC. We advised those present, there was RPM present and CIS. Conifer did not have anyone at the bid opening, even though we advertised it at an auction process. We advised them that the township was naturally interested in selling the ground at the highest bidder, but was equally as interested and concerned, if not more, that the bidder met the qualifications in that the township was very much interested in a successful project, not only for the developer to develop it, but also to manage it and subscribe to the township's long-range philosophy of using this development as a springboard, so to speak, for the improved infrastructure in that area of the township. We opened it up for bid. The CIS increased its bid from $1,500,000 to $1,800,001, and there were no other responses. So we closed the bids and we went into the review process. Sure you all can appreciate that difference between the two bidders was $1, so for all intent and purposes that was the same bid. We then were instructed to interview them, which we knew we had to do because we had to look at their finances and the proposals that they submitted and where they were going to secure their funding, because we were very much interested and to be satisfied that the award would go to the one most likely to succeed. Mr. Cardis, myself, and Councilman Hutchison met with CIS and Conifer. They explained their finances, they explained their process, their vision for the project, and how it could succeed. We gave our report back to all of you at the 6:30 meeting and our recommendation.
Tom or Dane, you want to add anything to that?
No, all right.
So with that, we will be voting on that resolution today as a walk-on, and that can be addressed by any resident in the first public portion. We will now open up the public portion for any agenda items only. Yes, sir.
No. Gary, by 44 Green Way. Now, the land that you're selling and stuff, do you have a proposal of what you're going to put on that land, or did they come up with anything like that, a planning board or a zoning board?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave. It's 70. They're proposing 74 rental units.
Rental units?
Yes.
Okay.
35 3-bedrooms, 25 2-bedrooms, and 14 single-bedrooms.
So it's like apartment complex you're in.
It's a managed apartment complex. I won't say management.
All right.
The site has approval for 100 units from the planning board sometime back.
So is our township looking into like renting property more, because where I live and adjoining areas, and if you go anywhere, everybody's got their houses up for rent because they can't sell them no more. So if we're putting up more living space for people to move, when we got people that want to move out of here, and you got people that on houses and developments that are already empty, isn't there, another, how many units? 85, you said? 74 units?
I think the philosophy or approach of the township is to control what's going there, at the same time to make sure what goes there has a successful developer and management of the complex, then also, in a sense, subscribe to the township's philosophy to improve the infrastructure in that area of the township for the long-range benefit of the township. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and I'm going to just give you some of the things that my philosophy is. One is, my philosophy is I live in Valley Brook, so I am in association with the Links and then Valley Brook, okay? Now, my property management people, you can't really get along with them too much because you got a different board every 6 months, and we don't even know who's on the board half the time. Meetings are all that, and I understand there's going to be there, but my houses and what developers are doing, because my house, I've already put in $15,000 into it, and I overpaid in 2006, like all of us, and the market dropped, and my house is still made like not efficient. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of builders come in here and they just throw up apartment complexes or just throw up a development, and it looks pretty when it's new, but 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, you're having nothing but problems with it. That's what a lot of people moved out of my development because they found out the windows were not efficient. You know, the driveways are all, the trees are pushing up the, sidewalks. So when you get back to paperwork on the planning board and the zoning board and all that, make sure, you know what I mean, you really get into it because like I said, all the other ones, we got a ton of for sale properties in the town. That's all I gotta say, thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Richard Edgar, Aereo. Would they come under rent control? Rent stabilization, Chapter 68?
I would venture to say, since it's all new development, that it's probably is what's exempt, which in a sense would not be controlled. We can get my guess off the cuff.
Thank you.
Right?
Good evening, Council. Ray Polidoro, Ariel. I apologize, I missed the beginning part of the meeting and the festivities and awards. However, I did see that there is a agenda item including the Lake Renee project. Before you read and move on the Lake Renee project, is there anything the engineer or township can tell me besides looking at a contractor, what type of time frame and the allocation of money still secure for that particular project?
Well, when we're awarding the project to the low bidder we had last year, the particular bids were taken last year. The reason we're awarding it is to protect the money with the state, so we don't have to reapply for the 2013 round. We can get the award in place. We should be okay with the 2012 round. We still have to deal with the issue of the one property, which I think we're finally coming to closure on, that we needed to acquire to go ahead with the project. If I didn't get an award through, they would not give us money for 2012 and require us to reapply again for 2013. So that's why we're doing it. The contractor understands that. He's extended his prices. So we're doing this. That's where we are. I don't have a schedule for you. I don't know when it's going to begin. It's obviously contingent on the property, and I don't off the top of my head remember what the construction time estimate was.
Okay. The contractor's bid, shows in detail, is that available to the public, what his inclusion of the work and how he is going about the judging process, whether as to lowering the water, removing the water, the details that were significant to the people of the lake?
Ray, it is open to the public. These bids are obviously public information. The bid tabulation and recommendations are public information. When I spoke to him last year, he was not going to drain the lake to do it. He was going to do hydraulic dredging. I don't know if he's changed his mind yet or not. If he needs to lower the lake, he has to deal with getting the fish out of there and restocking it later. I don't think he wants to do that. So, I don't see how that would be profitable, but if we move on, I'll get a little more information.
Understood, and I appreciate that. Appreciate your follow-up on that as well. My question now directed to the township with respect to Lake Renee. To the best of anyone's knowledge here within council and administration, has anyone come forward in and around the Lake Renee area with either a motion or a, what's the word? No, would be more of a claim, legal claim as to an illness that has come about in and around the lake perimeter?
I haven't heard. Have you?
Yeah, I can address that. Yeah, Ray, I did, about 2 weeks ago, I received an email from a lady whose mother was sick and in the hospital suffering from Legionnaire's disease. I contacted the county health department, because she lives evidently near the lake. And I contacted the county health department. To make a very long story short, I actually met with the lady, the daughter, I'm sorry, because the mother is still in was just released from the hospital, I believe. But met with her and the county health department to make sure that there was nothing that was wrong with the lake. And from what I am being told from the county health department is that there's something called Legionella, which is a bacteria. In fact, it is a naturally occurring bacteria that occurs in water. And so there may be Legionella bacteria in a variety of different waterways throughout the whole area. But to get Legionnaire's disease, it has to be, I don't know if the correct scientific term is aerified, or
you have to somehow, what's the term?
Like a droplet that you
Yeah, it has to
inhale.
be airborne, it has to be somehow absorbed, and usually it's by individuals who are susceptible, whether it's respiratory illness or something like that. There is no other cases that the health department has notified of us of around the lake or even in the area of that particular disease. So, again, we monitored it, we brought in the experts, I've met with them, and it doesn't appear to be anything other than naturally occurring.
I guess my follow-up question would be is, any further testing or testing as of late been done on the water quality, the soil quality in and around the lake? Because obviously I've received a few emails. I know the lady to which you're speaking, the next door neighbor, and some of them seem pretty quite convinced that we have a problem there. And so that we can put some minds at rest, is there a agency that the township can contact and get that official testing done so that we can prove or disprove the source? Because if that be the case, and this is Legionnaires and Legionella both being a source of moist areas and sitting water, if we're going to stir up the lake and we're going to stir up all the soil from the sediment retention pond to the lake retention pond, it would be a greater concern for the folks if Legionella is present. Can we do that to secure, will the DEP, state DEP or federal DEP, will be warranted in bringing them in to make absolute certain that the disruption of the water and soil does not create that airborne environment and could lead us down the road of much bigger problems?
Yeah, right. I did speak to the health department, and there was no testing recommended. I specifically asked them that. I also discussed the fact that we are dredging the lake and concerns regarding that, and they said that would not affect any airborne spread of Legionella. Legionella is a naturally occurring bacteria that is probably in the lake and probably in many other lakes around the area, but that doesn't mean that anyone's caught Legionnaire's disease, from that. So there was no other recommendation that they had to move forward with that or any types of testing, regarding Legionnaire's disease.
Understood. And like I said, there is that concern of the folks in and around that street, both front side, back side of the lake, and they seem to be awfully concerned about it. And I don't know that the lake or the moisture, or the sediment retention is a part of that either. But being a resident of that lake, I surely would be curious as well to know, as well as most of the residents around the lake, before construction begins, that they've got something ironclad that tells them that there are no issues. Otherwise, the rumor mills will start. And again, my understanding is this lady is very concerned that she did contract a form of this from that waterway. And they said it would put a lot of minds at ease if we can be sure of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing no other hands, we close the first public portion. Ordinances. These ordinances are second readings and will have a public hearing. Ordinance O-12-03. Ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Gloucester to adopt a fully amended Chapter 68 entitled Rent Stabilization Ordinance of the Township of Gloucester. This ordinance will amend the Chapter 68 Rent Stabilization Ordinance, and it gives the administrator more time to complete his or her responsibility and allows more of a communication with increases in rent. Dave, anything to add to that? We now have a public hearing on this ordinance. Seeing no hands, we close the public hearing. Motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Seiler?
Yes.
Mrs. Gentek? Mrs. Troto? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Ordinance O-12-04. Ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Gloucester to adopt a fully amended Chapter 68A entitled Manufactured Home Park Rent Stabilization Ordinance of the Township of Gloucester. This is the second part of the original ordinance And this has to deal with the manufactured home park rent stabilization. And again, it does the same thing with allowing the administrator to fully be able to review any request, and gives them a 90-day period. Anything else that we will now have a public hearing on this ordinance. Seeing no hands, we close the public hearing. Motion to adopt.
Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Yes.
Mrs. Stantek? Yes. Mrs. Strato? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. We now have resolutions of consent agenda. Any council person wishing to remove any of these, please let me know now. Motion to accept the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Yes.
Mrs. Stantek? Yes. Mrs. Strato? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes.
57, resolution authorizing execution of agreement between the Township of Gloucester and Compass Construction.
This resolution exercise an agreement between the township and Compass Construction. Motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Yes.
Mrs. Stantek? Yes. Mrs. Strato? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes.
58, resolution authorizing reduction of securities to Marksman's Landscaping LLC for the gardens at Marksman in the Township of Gloucester.
This resolution allows for the reduction of securities to be paid back to Marksman Landscaping. Motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Yes.
Mrs. Stantek? Yes. Mrs. Strato? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Resolution 59 would be the add-on.
The resolution 059 is the resolution authorizing the board and entering into a contract for the sale of block 14102, lot 17, to Conifer Realty LLC pursuant to a request for bids and qualifications for acquisition and development of the project at Revere Run. The purchase price is $1,800,000.
We have a motion to approve resolution 59.
Correct.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Styler?
Yes.
Mrs. Stantek? Yes. Mrs. Strato? Yes. Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Mayor, you're going to...
Yeah, I'll wait by,
Okay.
because of the time.
We do have a question on government, DTE Gov access, and it's from James Kibblesitz, 81 Shelley Street, Gloucester Township. Mr. Kibblesitz asked, why wasn't the unscheduled meeting of the Township Council for February 27, 2012 at 6:30 p.m. online? We usually just put our council meetings, the regular Township Council meetings online, but it is something that maybe we can discuss at the workshop to include any other meetings that we hold here, maybe for council, whether scheduled or unscheduled. So I would ask, Ro, that you put that on the workshop for us to discuss. It's probably something we can do without too much of an issue. And that should be part of your minutes. We now have the second public portion. Anyone wishing to address any item, please raise your hand, come to the microphone. Mr. Gladden.
I'd like to say one thing. Thank you for your report last month. It was, it was refreshing to see. We get a report from our public works leaders, and community director of community service. That's good. Now, I was talking to a couple people out in Arizona I have friends with and stuff like that, and they would like to thank us, the taxpayer, citizens, and fine payers of Gloucester Township, for sending $855,000 to their economy to fix their roads, maybe do something with their schools. You know what I mean? It's kind of ironic when I read on a page, thank you, Patch, with the investigative reporting that you did, but it's hurtful to see our business is failing here. And we're sending out with a project of this red light cam, with making a fortune off of it, which I consider it a cash cow. You guys think it's safety. We sent out our money to not a state, neighboring state, but a state that's across the country. Now, I think that's kind of, wrong when we have failed businesses here. We have a ton of people out of work in South Jersey. And, you know what I mean? We're doing business with a person out in Arizona that don't care about us in New Jersey. Now, when you guys look into things a little bit more, council, Mr. President, Mayor, everybody else, when you look into things, look into that. Because that's $855,000 that is never going to come back in this area. It's gone. It's never going to be spent here no more.
There were only 2 approved vendors to provide this service, and both of them were located in that area.
Yeah, I know, but...
There are no vendors that are approved in the New Jersey...
That was approved by the state, am I right?
Correct.
So my issue is with the state, or is my issue with Gloucester Township? So it's not with Gloucester?
The state had to review it and give its approval.
Okay, so now let's come back on the red light cameras. Are we officially going to sit there and keep on saying this is for safety purposes?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's what you're standing behind?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. I'll make sure because it's a big fight becoming.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. Anyone else? Joanne?
Joanne Carr, Timber Birch. Continuing with the red light cameras, I had read on Patch all the information it gave, all the numbers. Thank you, Tom, for the interview. And I saw how much we were making. I was wondering, where did our profits go from that?
Well, again, these are fines, and you will see those reflected in the calendar year 2012 budget under court. You'll see an increase in the amount of money that we're going to budget to offset taxes in the court revenue line item, which I think appears on the first sheet 4 of the revenues.
Is that where our regular,
There'd be all court fines in that area, Tom?
Yeah, that's all court fines. That's
okay, so regular.
Non-red light camera also.
Right.
Okay, so, but it will go against the general.
The amount to be raised by taxation, yes.
Okay. I'm disappointed with that, only in the fact that it's a 5-year pilot program. I'm not naive enough to think in 5 years it'll go away. But given the fact that it's a 5-year pilot program, we made $1.3 million. And I would hope that, to me, I would look at those 5 years as, all right, this is gravy until it becomes determined that this is what it's going to be regularly. And I don't know about you guys, but in my household, when we get any kind of little windfall, it gets put aside and doesn't go into the general housekeeping because you don't want to get used to it. I should think with that $1.3 million, we could have purchased those police cars outright rather than bonding them. We could have paid off bonds that we've been paying for years rather than it going into our general fund, which is all well and good, but 5 years from now, we might not have it.
You cannot do that. You have to anticipate the revenue under the court line item. You could cut back. We did not maximize. We did not go all the way to the amount that we have collected in the last year. You have to bear in mind when you're talking about $1.3 million made, that's not the right number because you have to take the amount of revenue and back out $570,000 that we have to pay for the rental of the camera.
Now, according to the article, we got it had a total profit of 1.3 million, and it told of all the different.
Not a profit, it's fines, and I question the information because I don't know if you included the $570,000 that we have to pay for the cameras. That definitely has to be netted out. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a communication error between you and I.
It said it collected more than $2.5 million in fines, and from July 2010 through December 2011 with a local revenue of more than 1.3 million.
I have to check the numbers, to be honest.
Okay, all right, well,
But
that's what was presenting itself to me.
The point I'm trying to make to you is you cannot just take that money and apply it anywhere you want to apply it. It has to be applied in the court revenue line item that goes to offset the amount to be raised by taxation. You could argue that that money is offsetting debt service because there's debt service built into the budget. Same as there's leasing a police car is built into the budget.
Is that another mandate from the state that you have to do it that way?
Yes, it's more so from the Division of Local Government Services. It's financial, it's fiscal.
I'd like to get rid of a lot of these mandates. So, all right, one other thing about the red light cameras. It was saying that there were 38,000 tickets issued, I'm rounding it, with a total of 29,000 guilty pleas and verdicts. That leaves 9,000 that were not collected upon. That's a 23% that we didn't collect on for whatever reason, whether it was issued in error or whoever got it was given a pass. That's 23%. As far as I'm concerned, if I got a ticket on there, I would argue it with a 23% error rate. Why is it so high that 23% was not collected upon?
That's determined, correct if I'm wrong, that's determined by the judge. The judge hears it, and the prosecutor prosecutes it, and if the judge deems that there was some reason that wasn't clear or wasn't fair or whatever, then the judge has the right to stop that. So everybody has a right to collect every one of those tickets.
Right. Well, as I said, with a 23% not collected upon, I've been reading a lot of the things on Patch, and a lot of people have sent in suggestions. Maybe we should consider adding a few seconds to the yellow light, adding extra time.
No, I mean the 9,000 is that they're in the process, that they haven't been served on the person, or perhaps there's a warrant for their arrest, but that does not mean they've been dismissed. That's not what that means at all. So there still is an opportunity that those summonses will be paid.
Okay.
If once that they're basically they're pending, just as many of the other
I believe there's a very small portion that are waived because you go to court and you see the video.
Right. And I'm sure there are some that legitimately are incorrect. Well, I'm happy to hear that it's not quite so high as 23%, but I'd be interested to find out when everything runs through what the actual non-collectible percent is. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Pallador.
Good evening again, Council. Ray Pallador, area. I'll be brief, as I know it's getting late. Question I had brought up before about the red light cameras. It's a rather good subject to talk about. We keep calling this a pilot program. 5 years seems a bit excessive for a pilot program to see. I'm sure the numbers, I believe, Chief, you said would be coming in somewhere around 2013, which would tell us the safety factor and the cost worthiness of this. With 5 years, are we contractually agreed with American Traffic Solutions for that 5 years?
I believe that 5 years was decided by the state.
I believe that's correct.
That pilot program, 5 years, was designed by the state. The American Traffic Lights or whatever was the vendor that we choose, and they would be doing it for the 5 years that we had it. And if it goes on, then they would, whatever we need to do to continue that, we would.
Okay, and it's a hot topic of conversation on the New Jersey radio station as well as various media guys. And I have not heard of any other town, and doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but I've not heard of any other towns that has as many red light cameras as we do. We have 4 of 5 intersections on the same strip of road that has these cameras. And again, my question was back then, we're paying for 10 cameras in 4 intersections. Do we really need to pay for 10 cameras at these 4 intersections as part of a pilot program? I surely can see the need at the 42 freeway at Blackwood Clementon Road, at Ariel Road, maybe one at Little Gloucester. It just seems a bit excessive for these two other intersections that we're paying. And I was under the impression when this program first had been thought out, it was going to be about $4,000 per camera. It seems if the number's accurate, it's $47,500.
Yes, $47,500.
Okay, so we're paying just shy of $5,000 per camera times 10 every month. And granted, we have to, make the nut in order for our obligation to be met to American Traffic Solutions.
Fines on all those cameras have not gone below the monthly rate.
Okay, but again, 10 cameras, 4 intersections. If it's a pilot,
We were approved by the state for 16 cameras.
the old saying is, just because you can, does that mean you should?
For the state,
But Ray, I mean, we follow the state rules. The state put the rules and set the rules. We follow the rules in the light of safety. Those intersections met the criteria by the state. So I mean, I understand why people are upset, getting the ticket and all that. I understand all that, but that was the criteria we followed by the state, and the state set the criteria. They set the vendors. We followed their rules, and we are working the program as it is.
And if that be the case, again, I don't know of any other towns that have as many intersections or cameras.
I mean, I know Deptford has them. I know the city of Philadelphia has a ton, but I'm not sure, any other town, to be honest with you.
Okay, again, maybe 10 is not necessary in 4 intersections. 2 I surely could see. That's just common sense. But 10 are not necessary. Back on the idea of safety. Someone receives a ticket in the mail for the red light camera. They take it to court and are found not guilty. Is that resident required to pay court fees or court costs after being found not guilty? There are no fees. They walk out of there with 0. Okay. All right. Well, then, thank you very much.
Mr. Glad. Because of the late hour, Mr. Glad will be the last.
Wait, I'm just got one quick. This is hearsay or whatever, but through the grapevine. I found out through some individuals stated that the reason why they're on the Blackwood Clementon Road is because that's the most highly trafficked area in the township. Is that correct?
I would think Cross Keys would be more highly traveled.
But that's Winslow and Gloucester Township. Remember, the middle of that road is.
Right, Chief, I don't know the answer to that.
I wouldn't be able to say without looking at some of the counts. I mean, obviously the road has changed some with the redesign of the bridge. So I'm not certain.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I heard, because that was the most highly trafficked road in the township.
I don't know. Good question. With that, we have the closing of the public portion. Polling of directors and council, or do we want to just forego council?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to forego our report and make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
All those against it? Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.